Thank you, June channel members. Join today to be featured in August videos as a July channel member. The ending of Teapot 18 gave me a little bit of inspiration to do a new What If video. I did a little bit of thinking about what if Balloony joined Teapot. The premise is exactly what I just said. What if Balloony hadn't gone into announcership by mistake and gotten to go with Teardrop to join Teapot instead? Obviously that occurs sometime between Teapot 1 and Teapot 2, even though it's shown in Teapot 18. In the scene that Teardrop joins the game, Balloony is also there. They get put onto the same team, which I will call Balloon Drop for the purposes of this video, though it could have been called something else if this had actually happened. The rest of Teapot 2 mostly stays the same though. Teardrop would do better with Balloony still present to protect her stack from Black Hole after he accidentally sucks her up. Assuming the chunk of Team 8's stack still lands on her stack, she had 3 blocks before Black Hole sucked it up, so she would have 5.5 blocks in this timeline, outperforming Death Pact again. This doesn't change the losing team though, which is still the same. The elimination the following episode also does not change, with Foldy still leaving. In case you're wondering, Balloony would be too preoccupied with protecting the stack that's left to go recover Teardrop, so Eggy still has to do it. Teapot 3 does result in some more change. They would definitely figure out some way to have Balloony and Cloudy interact this episode despite them being on different teams. Maybe our balloon buddy would sneak off from what Teardrop's doing to go help Cloudy's team or something. The losing teams wouldn't actually change, and Saw would still be out on Team 8's, but the S's elimination would change. Cloudy would get to stay in the game, and Ice Cube would get out instead. After all, this is before she really started to become relevant in the season, and I think Cloudy not having Balloony around to interact with is likely the main reason he got out originally. None of Teapot 4, 5, or 6 have any super important changes, at least not any that change the elimination order or any existing character arcs at this point in the show. The most that changes is that in Teapot 5, the S would have to use a different strategy to win due to Ice Cube's absence. The only thing that changes in Teapot 7 is that due to Ice Cube not being around, Yellowface has to feed a gumball to somebody else. I think Rocky is the one who would most likely go for it, which means he loses his legs. I think in Teapot 8 is where Cloudy gets out, as Rocky would get votes from people feeling bad he lost his legs, kind of like Ice Cube may have in the real episode. I don't see Cloudy surviving further than this, even with Balloony present. Still made it 2 eliminations farther for what it's worth. With Cloudy gone, this is likely the point where Balloony would slowly get set up for less relevance. He'd most likely get popped early on during Teapot 8's challenge and likely doesn't last long in Teapot 9 either. Notably, since Teardrop is not on a team of 1, that means she would be put up for voting alongside Balloony, and just not as they also still lose. The zombie apocalypse is still cured the same way, and Eraser and Teardrop likely still make up anyways despite her not automatically leaving, just based on the events of the episode. Teapot 10 is where Balloony's role in this what if comes to a close. Especially with Cloudy already gone, and extra especially with Teardrop and Eraser's moments in Teapot 9, he stands zero chance of surviving. The fact he'd likely have to split support with Nickel, who also still gets out here, certainly does not help him. Since Teardrop gets to stay past this point though, we aren't done yet. Since she has no teammates, she can't be put in a teammate's dream. She probably gets put in a Four's dream or something and escapes no problem. After the team swap and debut, the teams would be mostly the same. The only difference is that Rocky would be in place of Ice Cube on Team 2, and Teardrop would be put there as well. Teardrop's placement would be determined with a tiebreaker challenge, as both Team 2 and Deathpack yet again would rather have Teardrop than Robot Flower, and Team 2 wins the challenge. Also in Teapot 12, Rocky gets taken by One to make a deal since he's the one who lost his legs. Despite his lack of lines, this allows him to be safe over Eraser in Teapot 14. Don't know what this would change, but imagine Fanny trying to work with him on the One board. I have to imagine it'd be more difficult than with Ice Cube. After this point, there's not much that changes. The only notable stuff is that Rocky gets out in Teapot 16 when Ice Cube would normally, and that Bottle would probably tap Teardrop to co-host in Teapot 17, because otherwise Team 2 still has 5 members as of that episode. That brings us to Teapot 18, which in turn brings us full circle back to the scene that originally inspired this in the first place. What did you think of this? I definitely plan to do more what if videos like this again, so stay tuned for those. But for now, thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe with notifications on, and I'll see you in the next one.